Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? I am so excited for this video because I thought I could go ahead and quickly do my September favorites and fails because I do have one fail this month, which you might actually not see coming. It might be a little bit of a surprise because it's one of my favorite brands, but I thought I'd go ahead and quickly film this. I got a few extra minutes of quiet. So without any further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right on in. I do have to say that all of the products I talked about in my August favorites, I am still absolutely loving. The Cindy Grace Enduring Love palette I'm still using all the time. The Crow and Pebble eyeshadow primer, the Give Me Go powder, the Lethal Cosmetics highlighters, literally using all of those almost every single day, but I didn't want to be too repetitive. So if you haven't checked out my August favorites, I will have that video linked down below in case you want to hear about some more amazing makeup products. Thought I'd go ahead and start off with two lip products today that I have been loving. The first one is the new Lethal Cosmetics lipsticks. They came out with a bunch of nude lipsticks. I think there was 9 in the line, and then they already had one that I owned, which was called Zen Nudes, which was a collaboration with a influencer named Jolena. So I went ahead and picked up, I believe, 4 of the new lipsticks, and this one called Rome is my absolute favorite. I really love the formula on all of them. They're super creamy and comfortable on the lips. They have more of a satiny finish, but they also stay in place really well. They wear pretty well, and I just love this shade of Rome in particular. It's Rome as in R-O-A-M, not R-O-M-E, but this is my perfect My Lips But Better shade, and it's just super comfortable to wear. I'm just gonna go ahead and swatch it. It has like a little bit of like a cool toned brown undertone to it, but I just think it's super flattering. It goes with everything, and it's just a very easy lipstick. I love a good easy lipstick that just feels good, looks good, wears good, and is a nude shade. I love the other shades as well, but that's definitely the one I've been reaching for the most. And then another lip product that I have been loving recently is the Reina Rebelde lipstick in the shade Alma Desnuda, and it is just a really nice lipstick. It's actually like one of the like little chubby sticks, and I don't have any other lip products in this type of packaging. It's not something that I normally go for, but it works really well for this because it is very close to my natural lip color, so I feel like lining it in, throwing it in, like it's just easy. I feel like the formula of this is pretty comfortable. I wouldn't say it's super satiny, but it's not super matte either. It's kind of like right in the middle, and it has a little bit more of a pinky undertone, but it just looks really, really beautiful on the lips. It's a perfect light pinky nude for me, so I've been reaching for that a ton, and I really hope that Reina Rebelde releases more lip products. They do have quite a few, but they don't really have any other colors that super speak to me and what I like to wear, but if they do, I will be the first in line to purchase more because I do really like the formula. I'm actually not wearing almost any of my favorites that I'm talking about today, and the reason why is because normally like I sit down and I plan to film a favorites video, but today I was like, ooh, the children are being quiet. I only have one child. The other one's my nephew and niece, but they were being quiet, so I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and slip an extra video in. I actually have the Nomad Cosmetics Cartagena Mágica palette on my eyes today, so if you're interested in that look, it will already be live. So next I have a face palette that I have been loving recently. This is the Midas Cosmetics collaboration with Neon MUA. He did the Dusk to Dawn collection, I believe is what it was called, and there was 4 different face palettes, and there was something for everyone. I have the Dawn face palette, which was the lightest option, and I have just been loving this face palette so much. It's so nice, and it's also extremely unique. I talked about this in my face palette collection video, how I didn't even realize how unique it is, but especially for me, I feel like having a very fair skin, I've bought so many face palettes, and normally there's a product in there that I can't use or it doesn't look flattering on me, and rarely do I ever, well actually, like I never find a palette that has a blush, a bronzer, and a highlighter that all perfectly match me, and I can use every single shade in the palette. So I feel like this is my perfect face palette. Like if I could only own one face palette and I was being very utilitarian about how I use my makeup, it would be this one just because it's like a one and done. My only critique is I wish that the contour shade was a little bit more cool toned, but the powders are super creamy and the blush is a really nice soft shade. It's a little bit more on the buildable side, and then the highlight is actually like a super shock cheek kind of formula. I can just go ahead and swatch it. I mean, you're not even going to be ready. It is so beautiful. It has like a kind of icy shade with like the tiniest little bit of tint of pink on the skin. And then here's what the blush looks like. You can see just a very soft pink, and then the contour and the bronzer right there, which actually I've just been mixing the contour and bronzer together and using them both as bronzer, sometimes together, sometimes separate. So there's what they all look like. Like I said, the blush is more buildable, so you barely can even see it in that swatch. But for having a fair or a light skin tone, I feel like that's perfect for it to be more buildable and more on the soft side, and it picks up a little bit better with a brush than it is with my finger. I did want to include this as a favorite last month, but it felt a little bit too soon, so I'm glad I waited a little bit more and kept testing it out. But like I said, really, really loving that. Okay, so next I have a product that I've been loving for a long time, but I don't know if I've ever mentioned it in a favorites video before. This is the Elta MD Skincare UV Clear Broad Spectrum SPF 46 Facial Sunscreen. So here's what it looks like, and I honestly bought this on the recommendation of Elise JPEG on Instagram. I saw her raving about it and saying she'd done a bunch of research onto the best sunscreen, and I don't have time for all that research. I was like, ooh, I'll just try that as well. So I did, and I absolutely love it because it just feels really good on the skin. It doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't feel greasy, and I can do the full like 2 pumps or the 2-finger thing that people talk about now with the sunscreen, and it doesn't leave my face feeling gross or sticky. It also does not make me break out, which I felt so many sunscreens in the past made me break out, which is why I would avoid wearing SPF, which is not the smartest decision. So I love this. It has converted me to being a person who wears SPF every single day, as I should. I understood the importance before, but I didn't realize certain things like how a foundation having SPF is not enough unless you're using a ton of foundation and like layering it on. It's not giving you the SPF that it's claiming to. So I'm really, really glad that I tried this, that I learned more about sunscreen. I actually had a bunch of you all comment in a video a while back that I wasn't using enough. I use a lot more now. In fact, I'm almost out of this, so I think I'm going to go ahead and order a replacement because I'm ride or die for this sunscreen. All right, next I have another lip product. This is not a like lip color. This is a lip mask. It is the Tarte the Kissu lip mask. It says that it has Japanese peach seed lip jelly, and I bought this on a whim because I had like a little moment where I was obsessed with Tarte. I've actually had this for a few months now, and I kind of forgot about it. It got lost in the move, and I've gone back to using this every single night before I go to bed. I keep it on my bedside table, and I love this. I feel like this truly makes a difference for my lips because I am definitely someone who's prone to having chapped lips, but I put this on at night, and in the morning my lips always feel hydrated still. So here's what it looks like. You can see I've used quite a lot of it, and I just think that if you're looking for like a really thick lip mask to wear at night, I recommend this one, especially if you're looking for one that's cruelty free, because I know the Laneige one is nice as well. I like it as well, but that one's not cruelty free, and this one smells really nice. It's a really good lip mask. I see a difference, so I like it a lot. I actually do have their like gold lip balm as well, and I don't like that much. I feel like that one does not provide a lot of hydration. If you're looking at their different lip products, I would recommend this one over the gold one 110%, but I just thought I'd mention it because I use it pretty much every single day. I feel like I could mention the iced coffee maker I bought as well from Mr. Coffee. It's only been like 2 weeks, but it's changed my life. I've been drinking iced coffee every day. It makes it super easy. It comes with like this huge cup, and I'm drinking a pumpkin spice iced coffee minus the ice now because I've been drinking it all morning. I got different flavors. I got whipped cream. It's everything I need. Alright, so the last favorite I have to mention is a little bit something different, but it is related to makeup still, and this is really cool. This is a tower that is meant to hold your brushes after you wash them. It's from a brand called Revonly, and this is actually a new brand. They just launched fairly recently, and they sent me this to test out, and I actually love the idea of this because I always wash my brushes and I never know where to put them. I like have them like all thrown out on a towel, and I like have to move them from the bathroom to here or there. And this is honestly so nice if you do wash brushes often, because it has like little grips to hold the brushes in place. You can see I recently washed a bunch of my face brushes that I use every day. Actually, it was yesterday, just because I wanted to make sure those were nice and clean because I've been breaking out a lot recently. You can have a bunch of brushes on the bottom as well, and then you can also keep sponges on the top, which is really, really nice. And I just think that this is so convenient. Like I said, it actually has a little piece here as well, which pulls up. Actually, normally just put my brushes in that. So if I'm gonna wash them, like I'll bring it downstairs, and instead of having everything with me, and I'll just leave my brushes in that, they fit perfectly. I'll wash them, put them back, and it's just a really great, easy way to carry brushes. This part did seem a little gimmicky to me at first, like just like, oh, here's where you keep your brushes when you're cleaning them, but it actually is extremely easy, and I've definitely sat there and like had brushes fall off, or I'll have them like all in a box and I'm like digging through, and this just makes it super, super easy. So I have been really, really enjoying this, and I thought I'd go ahead and mention it. I showed it on Instagram and got some requests to kind of update my feelings once I'd used it more, and I really, really like it. Last but not least, my fail for this month is the Alamar Cosmetics Pero Primero Primer. I have been trying to make this work, and I just don't understand this primer. It is so sticky that putting eyeshadows on top of it and trying to blend them is extremely difficult. I keep watching people use this and like have no issue, and I'm just in awe because it does not work for me at all as a typical eyeshadow primer. I just keep trying, and I don't know if it's because my eyes are so dry already, and then you combine that with the stickiness that it's just like a no blend zone. I don't know, but I definitely don't like this primer for priming. What I have been using it for, to give it like a little tiny bit of saving grace, is as a primer for shadows on the lid for sparkly metallic shadows, kind of like the NYX glitter primer. I've been using it the same exact way, and I do like it for that because it has like a little bit of a color to it, a little bit of base. It has the stickiness, which helps hold metallic shadows in. So I've found a way to use this. It's not a complete waste of money, but at the same time, this is like $16 or something, and the NYX glitter primer is $5, and I'm essentially using them for the exact same thing. So if I could go back in time, I would not have purchased this eyeshadow primer, and I don't recommend it. I just find it really, really hard to blend on. I love Alamar Cosmetics so much. I want to keep trying and figure out a way to make this work, but it's just so frustrating. Overall, it's a fail for me. Like I said, I'll keep using it for metallic shadows, but I don't think it's worth the price, and I wish I hadn't bought it. Alright, y'all, so that is everything for my September favorites and fails. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'd love to hear what you've been loving or hating this month. Please feel free to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.